citizens, Galbrena is finally here. She is a flashy on-field fusion DPS that can unleash powerful attacks in her demon form. For those who love Bayonetta or DMC, or for those who have Lupa, Galbrena can be a great pickup. In this guide, I'll go over everything you need to know about her. First, here's a quick overview of Galbrena along with her strengths and weaknesses. Galbrena comes with high personal damage multipliers and built-in buffs and debuffs. Over 50% of her damage counts as echo skill damage, so she benefits from both fusion damage and echo skill damage buffs. Her dodge counter multipliers in demon form are very high, which makes her great versus aggressive enemies. Galbrena also comes with very satisfying animations and sound effects for most of her attacks. On the flip side, Galbrena is reliant on teammates' echo skill usage. She has a built-in buff that scales with the number of echo skills cast. Galbrena's signature weapon is also significantly better over the standard 5-star for her, and she has a longer on-field time and benefits from quick swapping, though this last part might be a plus for those who enjoy quick swapping. Also, it turns out you almost never want to use this attack in combat because it has such a low multiplier and drains her stamina. Also, I can't believe they gave her wings, but she can't actually fly. Here's how Galbrena works. You build her forte via her normal combos, use her forte skill to enter demon form when it's full, press her liberation, and then unleash powerful attacks in demon form. Remember to wait to use the liberation because you might lose damage if you cast it too early. This is because Galbrena applies a stacking debuff on the enemy for each type of ability she uses. Visually, you can actually see these stacks as a rank indicator on the enemy, progressing from C to B to A to S. Each stack amplifies Galbrena's damage by 5%, so you want to first get this to S before using her liberation along with her demon form combos. One cool detail about Galbrena is that she has a special dodge called Hell Stride, which she can proc during her attacks to deal a fixed 666 damage. The special dodge does not interrupt her combo and counts as a separate ability for stacking up her debuff. So Galbrena can quickly get to S rank just by using intro into heavy attack, dodge, and then basic. Galbrena's other main mechanic is that any echo skills cast by allies, including herself, directly increase the multipliers of her demon form attacks. Currently on a normal team with 3 echo skill casts, Galbrena gets a 1.36 multiplier on her abilities. Going from 3 echo skills cast to 5 will be around a 10% overall damage increase. But currently it's only possible on a team with Cantarella because she has her extra echo skill attacks. Here's the damage breakdown for Galbrena from my calculator, assuming Lupa buffs and her signature. As you can see here, around 85% of Galbrena's damage comes from after her forte building stage. So you can pretty much go with whatever rotation you're comfortable with for building her forte, as long as you can get to S rank and fill up her forte. Also, this forte skill that enters her into demon form deals very little damage in comparison, so I almost always cancel it to save time. Here's the rotation I recommend. There's the non-quick swap version and the quick swap version. The main difference between the two is just how you fill the forte gauge at the start. For the non-quick swap version, after Galbrena intros, you can hold the normal attack key to do her heavy 2 and 3, and then use her skill but cancel with the special dodge, and then you can directly go into basic 2, 3, and 4 to perfectly fill her forte. For the quick swap version, you'll usually have some forte built up already, so after introing, you can just hold basic to do heavy 2 and 3, and then do a dodge, and then spam basics until your forte is full. After the forte is full, you can then use your echo, forte skill, and then immediately cancel with liberation. This will enter Galbrena into demon form, and then you can do 2 rotations of enhanced basic 2 through enhanced basic 5. I have 2 tips here. One is to always cancel the enhanced basic 5 backswing animation with dodge to save time. As soon as you see her feet go up, you can cancel to begin her next basic and the damage will still go through. The other tip is to always dodge if you see the enemy attack during her demon form, as Galbrena's demon form dodge counter has a really high multiplier, even higher than all her enhanced basic attacks, as you can see here. That's pretty much it for Galbrena's kit and rotation. TLDR, follow this rotation, or mash whatever keys you want to build up her forte, Make sure the enemy is at S rank, press a Forte skill Echo, cancel with Resonance Liberation, and then just start mashing basic attack. Canceling the basic 5 where she lifts up her feet to kick, and then always trying to dodge counter if the enemy attacks. Onto Galbrena's teams. For Galbrena, after testing, I found that her best teams are currently with Lupa and the following in this order. Lupa works really well with Galbrena because of her team-wide buffs, especially when you're running her in the triple fusion team. Personally, I found Brand to work the best as the 3rd slot, but Changli can also work well. And if you have neither of those, Mortefi and Shorekeeper or Verena can also work, but they will all be noticeably weaker. If we go back to my damage calculator, you can see that only 33% of Galbrena's damage counts as heavy damage, so unfortunately Mortefi's amp doesn't buff her all that much. In the future, it's possible Chouyuan or other echo damage amp resonators will be able to pair better with Galbrena, but for now, for those without Lupa, your next best alternatives will be Yuno, Mortefi, or Cantarella in any of these following teams. However, the team strength can vary quite a bit depending on your investment levels and the other characters. Onto Galbrena's build. Galbrena's signature provides 24% amp and 8% defense ignore. Her signature will be a significant upgrade and is highly recommended, though it is very niche for her. Here is a chart for the weapon comparisons. As a quick note, I will start using the standard 5-star weapon as the baseline, so it'll be easier to visualize the gains from the premium options. For Galbrena's echoes, we have a new Nightmare Purification to farm. Yay! Yay. Please no more. At least give us some more echo slots. This set effectively increases her crit rate by 20% and gives her 16% fusion damage bonus. For her main cost echo, Galbrena won't want the usual 4 cost as the bonuses don't align. Instead, she will want to use the 3 cost Korosaurus. Korosaurus? Remember that Galbrena's 20% crit rate from her echo set will not show up on her stat page. So here's a general idea of what to target for your Galbrena's final build, as well as her Forte leveling priority. For Galbrena's sequences, here's a quick chart comparing the differences. I will also illustrate the individual increases in my calculator. Keep in mind though, that depending on what team you're playing Galbrena on, these increases might be smaller than the overall team damage increase, since Galbrena might only make up 50% of the team damage if you're playing her with Lupa and Brand or Changli for example. Galbrena's S1 buffs the After Flame effect to give extra crit damage. After Flame stacks are what Galbrena gains with each echo skill cast. Since it only buffs demon form attacks, it's only around a 10% increase in her overall damage. Galbrena's S2 buffs her Burning Drive passive to give 90% attack instead of 20%, so all of her damage goes up by quite a bit. Galbrena's S3 buffs the Liberation multiplier by 130%. As you can see, this makes her Liberation deal more than 2x the original damage. Galbrena's S4 gives the team a 20% all attribute damage increase. Usually everyone already has over 100, so the damage increase will not be that big. Galbrena's S5 increases the multiplier of all her resonance skills. However, I usually always cancel mine, so it's a 0% increase, but you could stop canceling her Forte skill for a tiny damage increase at S5. Galbrena's S6 further buffs her After Flame effect to now grant up to 35% fusion damage amp. Her demon form attacks also gain an extra 1.6x multiplier. With 3 stacks, this is what the damage increase looks like. If you were to get 5 stacks, the damage increase goes up even more. As usual, I have a solo S6 Galbrena showcase, so you can check out how she performs by herself and see if you're interested in going all the way. Overall, I definitely recommend Galbrena's signature first over investing into any of her sequences, and sequence investment-wise, S2 and S3 are decent stopping points, but here is what I generally recommend. In summary, Galbrena is a fun pew-pew resonator with sick aura farming effects. She slots in well with Lupa currently, and has great potential in future echo damage teams. For those with Lupa, I do recommend considering her, unless you already have Lupa, Brand, and Changli. For those without Lupa, unless you really like her, I recommend waiting to see what the future looks like for the echo skill damage buffers before investing. I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and let me know in the comments what you think about Galbrena and if you have any other questions. As usual, I should have a couple of other videos that we can check out for the tower comparisons along with the S6, so you can take a look at those if you haven't already. And I will be streaming the new 2.7 Wuthering Waves patch, so I'll see you on stream or in my next video. Bye bye!